How are you doing, everyone? It's me, the Domotaku, here today to talk about the next episode of Izetta, The Last Witch, episodes 7 and 8, because I'm sorry for the delay, but I had to put these two together because doing two separate videos is not really going to be helping for me. For anyways, let's talk about episode 7 and all the interesting things that happen in the episode, and episode 8, which is even more interesting things that happen in the episode. So episode 7 strictly happens towards Fine and Izetta on their mission towards trying to get allies for their country in their fight against Germania. So they attend like this convention and this meeting, and they demonstrate Izetta's power, and then of course they have another demonstration. Basically a battle ensures, and it's really close to the wall here. Like every single episode, after every single battle in the series, they get really more dangerous and dangerous by the second. I'm just like, oh man, this is kind of rough. So interesting. Well, let's get off with the fan servicey part, or like the shipping part of Izetta and Fine, because they had their little girl scene or pillow fight scene, and if these two don't get together in this series, I'm gonna have another repeat of Love Live Sunshine. So I don't know how it's gonna happen, but anyways, ignoring that was pretty fun. So the battle itself, was freaking awesome, but of course, sending Izetta in against a whole army of dudes, of course, there's a limit to how much damage she can do and how much she can take, right? Because in this mission, she tries to sink this kind of like ship with torpedoes, with her carrying around, and it seems like an easy task, and you have like observers watching through airplanes just to see how powerful Izetta is and trying to get allies for the country. But of course, she kind of roughly does it, like they shoot down her torpedoes. She gets really hurt badly, and things get rough and things get really dangerous because they also have the one person who has the plane that can actually keep up with Izetta now. So then you have so many, like, the Germanian Empire is like clearly they're they're clearly ready to counter Izetta at any moment, and as even though she won this this battle through some help through the observers, it was close. It was a pinch. High Fury, I love that series. It was a pinch, and of course, in the end, you also have the Germanians like observing and like, oh, there seemed to be something wrong with her during this battle, because in some parts of the battle, Izetta lost power and she would like fall to the freaking ocean without magic, and just like, oh man, this is terrible, because the original plan didn't work. So now shit went down. They made it out quite okay, but then now the Germanians are more closer to learning her secrets. And speaking now, that's how the episode 7 works. Episode 8, oh my goodness, episode 8, what the hell was all this shit? There's just too many things happening, but it sort of flows right. So I can sort of see how it might be, like, things are really proceeding right now, currently in episode 8. So 13 episodes from now, or 5 episodes from now, possibly a conclusion, but a lot of shit has to happen. But actually, I missed something in episode 7. There's something about like the Germanians. They have some kind of secrets weapon or secret project going on, and that also gets explained in episode 8, or sort of, I'm assuming. So episode 8 features once again Izetta and Fine at their meeting, trying to persuade the other countries to give them troops and allies to help them in their battle against Germania. On the offside, you have you have the Germanian guy, I forget his name. They don't actually say his name, or they did say his name, but like you have the one guy who's like the observer. He takes a mission to go into Fine's country as a spy and try to find the secret in the old castle of Elstad. I forgot how to pronounce the dang country, but yeah. So let's talk about one thing first and the other thing after. So let's talk about Fine and Izetta, because they're more easier to see and talk about. So Izetta and Fine are once again just having their meeting with the countries and the people, trying to show their power, get allies, and get help, right? And the off time, you have the Germanian observer who kidnapped Izetta and whatnot. You have him there, encounter them at the dance, right? And then they just apparently snuck in, and then they have some kind of conflict with Izetta where this random ass girl kisses Izetta and bites her on the lip and sucks some blood, and something happens, and then they disappear. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? This is some foreshadowing shit going on here. So I'll leave my assumptions for what the hell that is at the end. Also, the other thing that happens in that part. So now back to the spy infiltrating Elstad, trying to find the secret of Izetta. So he infiltrates the country, no problem. He's just like, oh, I'm a dude with an illness, and I tried to register the army. I just moved back. I was out of the country all the time. The war in this country has brought me back. I'm just, you know, around. Man, spy stuff in anime, or like spy stuff in general, is just like so, man, because there was an interaction with the spy and Bianca, Fine's royal guard, right? And like, you know, they sort of had a connection at first. I was like, wait a minute, is this where I think it's going? Like, they're gonna have a thing together, and then he's gonna betray this country for the other, because, you know, the spy infiltrating Fine's country, right? He's like seeing how nice everyone is, and like, oh, like, this is my enemy, this is the country I'm fighting right now, and just like, nah, whatever, I'm still dedicated to my homeland and whatnot, right? I'm just like, this is so thing, because, you know, why do you guys gotta fight? Like, seriously, like, I am a man of just no violence, and you know, in this anime, when he goes to this country, just acts like a normal dude. He's just living a normal, happy life, and then he meets Bianca, and you know, I would have shipped those two together. You know, they seem to have an interesting thing going on. But then just like, nope, I'm gonna go sneak into the castle, try to find the secret of the witch and expose it. And then they have a conversation where you also have the other spy who was interrogating Jonas, or Johan, I don't know his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name actually, but Johan, and they meet up together, and they're infiltrating the castle to find the witch's secret. They discover many weird things in the castle, especially the map, the ley line map of mana throughout the country. And they also have like some kind of red stone that came out of the walls, and I'm just like, there's too much shit going on in here. Eventually they get caught and they're running away. The spy, well, both of them split up. One of them gets wounded and splits up to distract the enemies and Bianca, who arrives to see that the person he met was actually a Germanian spy. So plot twists and whatnot, right? So they have a conversation. I really want to remember his name right now, but I'm sorry, I totally forgot. I'm just so in the moment right now because this episode is so cool. So they have a conversation with the Bianca and the guy, the spy that infiltrated the country. Not the old one who killed Jonas, but the other one, the young guy. And whatchamacallit, they have a conversation, and eventually they kill each other. Oh, Bianca kills the guy, right? And it's just like, you know, it would be pretty, like, I don't know if it's typical or not, but it'd be typical for me if, like, he changed his mind about, like, you know, fighting this country and instead helped them. I don't know exactly where that's from, but I would love to see that, and then they became a thing, or Bianca, but, you know, that didn't happen. Not all happy endings happening, that's what they're talking about. So then the other spy who's running away, thanks to the distraction, gets shot down by a sniper by Bianca and the Royal Guard. And it's like, oh, he's down, go collect the body and go take the secrets. But then someone else comes in, and there's a third spy, and then he takes the stuff from him, his dead body, and then walks off. Or that's probably where no, that's not where the episode ends. He probably walks off, right? So now to top all the chaotic things that happened in this episode, we also have the United States of Atlanta, us, who, after being convinced to, oh, we shall help you in the fight against Germania, we will send troops here. And as he's writing his letter to persuade the president to send troops and help aid Elstad against Germania, he starts typing as like, you know, the witch is powerful and may be a threat against Germania and the United States of Atlanta. I'm just like, what the hell is this stuff? And I'm just like, this is some bullshit. We have to send troops to Europe in order to beat Germania and this country and the witch. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is some stupid thing going on here. I'm just like, so let me summarize you all the crazy shit that happens in this episode. So for one, you have the mysterious girl, Izetta. I'm assuming that she is a second, or like a secretly generated Germanian witch or something like that they have in that one episode from episode 7. And she's like gonna be the next counter weapon for Izetta. The second problem is the spy and the secrets they stole from the old castle and them getting away with the ley line map and the crystal. Who knows what the crystal will do, but I'm assuming it's not going to be good. And then you also have the United States of Atlanta, who is screwing over both countries of Germania and Elstad. When Elstad is the one that wants peace, they're allies, for crying out loud. Germania is the one that's like invading all of Europe, and I'm just like, this is like, okay, so like episode 8 is the pinnacle of shit going down, and with 5 episodes left in the show, I could see the possibility of a conclusive ending coming closer, because if the USA or United States of Atlanta for some reason, you know, turns their back against Elstad and Germania, then you're gonna have two enemies to fight against, and then you also have the Germania, which I'm assuming are the weird ass girl or something like that, and then you also have the secret of Izetta exposed. So just too much chaotic shit here, and like my head is actually hurting from thinking about all the crazy shit that happened in this episode. So that is my thoughts and thinking of this episode. So for one, like the video if you enjoyed, and comment what do you guys think is gonna happen now that all this crazy shit happened in this episode. One, do you think the weird Germanian girl is another witch to combat Izetta? Two, do you think that, oh well, no, to forget the ley line maps. Two, do you think that the United States of Atlanta will turn against Elstad and Germania and just eliminate both of them? What do you guys think is going to happen next? And do you think we'll see a season 2? I know one of you guys wants to see season 2, and well, we all want a season 2, but you know, maybe it'll be confirmed after the end of the series at episode 13. And Fina and Izetta, woo! I'm just kidding, so let's get that over. Anyways guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video on the Domotaku anime channel. So take care guys, matane, and good night.